Overview of EODB.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bula Vinaka, very good morning to you all. I welcome you to this very important workshop. I especially want to welcome our partners from Singapore Corporation Enterprise. The ministry is quite lucky in a sense that specifically we have a partnership with Singapore Corporation Enterprise. Other ministries and departments are quite envious of us. Apart from the general e-government's progress that Singapore Corporation Enterprise is helping the Fijian government with, there is focused contractual partnership with the ministry as well. And so these workshops are part of that. It will be week-long. Firstly, as the MC had said, on doing business processes. So we'll go through the general sort of presentation today and also look at two specific case studies, one on registering business and the other trading across borders, and this will give us useful insights. Secondly, and the most importantly, over the next 4 days from tomorrow, we will audit and re-engineer business processes for building permits to enable the implementation of the act that came into force recently, Regulation of Building Permits Act. And again, we are very fortunate, I cannot say this enough, to be supported by Singapore Corporation Enterprise that have vast knowledge and expertise in improving government processes. The Singapore Corporation Enterprise has led private sector collaboration projects in over 40 countries and has delivered over 300 projects and programs. Singapore, as you all know, ladies and gentlemen, is ranked as the world's top 3 easiest place to do business by World Bank's Doing Business study. What is relevant for today's workshop, this week's workshop, is that in 2016, Singapore improved its rank by 14 places in dealing with construction permit indicator. And this was due to streamlining of processes and using of single window system. This is exactly what we want to achieve in Fiji. The Fijian government has provided the enabling environment for domestic and foreign investments to take place. The provisions of incentives, infrastructure such as affordable, reliable ICT facilities, upgraded ports, upgraded roads, upgraded airports, to name a few, has led to a consistent level of investment, which has been around 25% of the GDP over the last few years. So in order to ensure that this continues, the private sector continues to have confidence in the Fijian economy, continues to invest in Fiji, the public agencies also need to modernize and streamline their processes to deliver timely output. Otherwise, there's a distinct risk to the level of investments that we are experiencing now. The agencies responsible for facilitating investments, whether directly or indirectly, your buy-in is very important. Your support is very vital to achieve the goal of creating an efficient and productive and enhanced investment and business environment. Doing business includes a number of sectors and requirements, the involvement of a number of government and statutory agencies. Therefore, at the policy level, few key indicators have been identified to make a difference in the ease of doing business. And in particular, obtaining or dealing with building permits was seen as a low-hanging fruit, where a single window or a one-stop shop concept can be used to ease the current backlog that we are experiencing due to the construction boom post-Winston. This has led, the Fijian government has responded through the introduction of the Regulation of the Building Permits Act 2017, and the purpose of this act is to provide a streamlined, fast-track building permit approvals process. The aim is to have one application form, one checklist, one point of submission of applications, and ideally all this is encapsulated through a digital platform. As you all would acknowledge that currently the private sector is facing certain hurdles and challenges in engaging with the approval agencies. Some of them are not here. We'll drag them in by the ears. The time taken by all the agencies is unnecessarily lengthy, which eventually increases the time and cost to acquire necessary approvals, and this, of course, is costly to the private sector. So whether we believe on World Bank ease of doing business report or not, the fact is that the report says that there are 14 mandated steps, and it takes a total of 141 days to receive a completion certificate for building permits. Whilst the report could be exaggerated, and we will audit this, but we should acknowledge that this is simply unacceptable. It takes too long. We need to change, and change for the betterment of our country and all Fijians. So ladies and gentlemen, the joint collaboration between the Ministry and the Singapore Corporation Enterprise will deliver a series of business process review workshops, of which today is the first phase. This 4-day workshop will explore challenges, changes, needs of the public sector in adoption of digital technology, specifically for obtaining construction permits. The consultants present here today are of high caliber and will specifically aim to share, firstly, Singapore's development and ease of doing business experience through several short case studies and examples. They will further explore how the ministry and your agencies can develop a clear strategy to streamline construction permit approval processes. They will also look at strategies to build capacity within the ministry and related agencies to deliver improved, streamlined, and digitally enhanced approval processes. And the overall aim is to create a pro-business environment through the use of advanced management disciplines, effective application of ICT. This exercise will lead to the identification and elimination of processes that are not necessary. It will also reduce the time taken to receive and process permits. Therefore, this will, of course, the overall aim is to improve Fiji's ease of doing business. Ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to call upon each of you here today to realize your role in achieving the vision and goals of the Fijian government. Your contribution will give a major boost to the economy and increase business and investor confidence. The work towards better and improved business process for building permits, it's not a responsibility, as you know, of Ministry of Industry, Trade and Tourism. But we've taken on this role. It is an all-inclusive and partnership approach, whole of government approach, whole of economy approach. All agencies responsible for building permits needs to take ownership, be accountable. They need to assist in this process, support the development of a new system, support the Ministry and Singapore Corporation Enterprise to achieve its objectives. So I look forward to your support and cooperation to make this workshop a success. I'd like to thank our partners once again. CEO Investment Fiji, thank you for being here also. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a very useful, constructive, and enjoyable next 4 days. Please be here if you can, and participate in this endeavor. And let's hope that by the end of the process, we'll have a new system, and it will make a difference to our economy. Vinaka.